Knicks now is on our heels. I need your help, Celtics fans. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. Help us stay in front of our Knicks channel here at Chat Sports. Welcome into Celtics Today. I am Will Scott, breaking down the latest Celtics news and Celtics rumors. A lot of the recent rumors about the Boston Celtics have to do with KD, where we will start the show talking about KD because NBA Central tweeted this earlier. One team executive believes Kevin Durant is more apt to retire than play again for the Brooklyn Nets, per Marc Stein. Here is what Marc Stein said. During Summer League in Las Vegas, one of the most well-connected team executives that I speak to regularly insisted to me that, based on what he was hearing, Kevin Durant was more apt to retire than play again for the Brooklyn Nets. This was in early July. Attaching the R word to Durant still comes across as serious hyperbole, but it is certainly getting easier to envision him refusing to report to training camp when the Nets get back together in 6 weeks for Media Day, which is on September 26th, and their first practice of the season, September 27th. If Durant hasn't been traded by then, there is a growing expectation in league circles that he will continue trying to cause as much of a ruckus behind the scenes to try to produce the Nets into lowering their asking price at last to facilitate a deal. If it wasn't apparent by now, he really wants that trade to Phoenix or Miami, or maybe even Boston or Philadelphia. Now, are you buying this? That Kevin Durant would rather retire than play again for the Brooklyn Nets? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Go down in the comments section and chime in. Him retiring would be hilarious. I mean, can you imagine, like, the Nets just refuse to trade him, and instead of getting this ginormous haul, maybe one of the biggest hauls in NBA history, he just retires. They get no draft picks, no players. Honestly, as a Celtics person, I feel like that's the best case scenario here, that KD retires, because then they would not give up Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant, and the Nets would just be in shambles, which would be fantastic. But I think this is just another tactic that KD is using. We saw that report come out about a week and a half ago about the meeting he had with Nets owner Joe Tsai in London, that he gave him an ultimatum, right? That was a tactic used by Kevin Durant, him saying either fire Sean Marks and Steve Nash or trade me. Now, if it gets to a point where he has to use this tactic where he will threaten to retire, he'll do it. This is just another tactic. Kevin Durant is doing everything he can to get out of Brooklyn. Here is where he may end up. The Celtics continue to be the top team linked to Kevin Durant based on the package that they can put together. Of course, Jaylen Brown would highlight that trade package. The Raptors, the Heat, remain in trade talks, as well as the 76ers. The 76ers, the most recent team to kind of be linked to Kevin Durant. But I think a trade to Philly is looking a little bit more likely, because Kevin Durant and James Harden have apparently kind of patched up that relationship. Recent reports are that KD would be interested in playing with James Harden again. And keep in mind, Daryl Morey has been a home run hitter his entire career, even if it's not necessarily the best move for the organization. If he has a chance to swing for the fences, he will do it. I would not be shocked if Kevin Durant ends up as a Philadelphia 76er. Let me know what you think. Where is Kevin Durant going to go? Is it going to be Boston? Type BOS. Is it going to be the Raptors? Type TOR. Is it going to be the 76ers? Type PHI. Or is he going to retire? Type RET down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. When ad break comes, go down, chime in. Where's KD going to end up? Let's get into this news that just broke yesterday. The Celtics will be playing on Christmas Day. Not a surprise. Charania tweeted this out yesterday. Sources, NBA's 2022 Christmas Day schedule. Bucks at Celtics, 76ers at Knicks, Suns at Nuggets, Lakers at Mavs, Grizzlies at Warriors. So not a surprise. The Celtics, one of the best teams in the league. We figured they would play on Christmas Day. The question was the opponent. We now know that opponent. It will be the Milwaukee Bucks. So buckle up. That's going to be a heck of a showdown on Christmas Day. I figured it might be an NBA Finals rematch, but I'll take this. Bucks Celtics, always a lot of fun to watch. How excited are you about this Christmas Day matchup? Scale it 1 to 10. Go down in the comment section. Chime in. Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics taking on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks on Christmas Day. Gary Washburn reported this, and we're going to start to see more schedule leaks come out here in the coming days and the coming weeks. The Celtics will open the NBA season with a home game. He also reported that Bucks-Celtics matchup, so we do know that the Celtics will start the NBA season at home. Be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, because anything else that we hear about the Celtics 2022-2023 schedule, we will report that here on Celtics Today. While you're down there in the comments, you can find this link, chatsports.com/Tatum. We're giving you a great deal on a Jason Tatum jersey. Go and take advantage. Support number 0 by picking up his jersey. Great deal we're giving you here on Celtics Today. Chatsports.com/Tatum. That link going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Let's finish this out talking about some Celtics news, because Adam Himmelsbach of the Boston Globe reported this. According to a league source, Celtics 2021 second-round pick Juhann Begarin will return to Paris this season to continue his development in France's top league, LNB Pro A. Begarin, who turned 20 last week, had a strong showing in Vegas. So Celtics fans are going to have to wait a little bit longer for Begarin to play for Boston. He's a French shooting guard who was taken by the Celtics with the 45th overall selection in last year's draft, but has yet to sign his NBA contract. Himmelsbach of the Globe reporting that he is going back for a second season in the French top league, LNB Pro A. Here's what he did in the 2021 Summer League. So this was right after he was drafted. His first games in the Celtics screen, 6.2 points per game, 3.4 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, averaged 24.2 minutes per game. Here is what he did in the last Summer League, 2022. You can see the jump that he made. The numbers all improved. Had an increased role, 31 minutes per game, 2.4 assists per game, 18.2 points per game. He was a lot of fun to watch in 5 Summer League games. But he has to work on his shooting efficiency, I think, and maybe that's why he's going back to France to get a little bit better at that. Just 30.9% from 3 last season in France. It was a similar mark in the Vegas Summer League a couple weeks ago. So maybe an additional year in France will bode well for him. Keep in mind, you saw the numbers from the 2021 Summer League. Then you saw the numbers from a few weeks back. That is what 1 year in France, in that French league, the top league in France, did for him. He improved that much. Imagine the improvements he can make another year in France. So I don't really think this is that bad of news for the Boston Celtics. He's going to get a lot better in the next year. Here is what he did in his first year in LNB Pro A. 11.2 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, shot 43% from the floor. So he's a great player. He's a great athlete. We saw him throw it down a couple times in the Summer League. He just has to work on his shooting efficiency. He's a shooting guard. He can play the 2, play the 3. He's got to work on his 3-point shooting. So go down and predict it. Where is Begarin going to play in 2023? Is it going to be Boston, type C for the Celtics, or is he going to stay in France, type F for France? Obviously, it's not really that unusual for international players to play a couple years abroad and then go back and play in the States, join the team that drafted them a couple years prior. Want to give some shout-outs before we close today's show. These are our 5 newest subscribers: Jose Cabral, Eugene Pro, Oni Gray, Manuel Casares Riveri, and then Double M, MMCM. We appreciate you all subscribing to Celtics Today. If you're not subscribed, let's change that. Go down, hit that big red sub button.